आमगेले महागणपतीका आमगेले परमपूज्य गुरुवारी आमकां वंदन करून हांगा एक सगळ्यांके नमस्कार करून हांव मागीर हांगा दोन उतरां आमकां तुमगेल्या उलयता. We all gathered here as a mark of respect to pay homage to Shri Raghunandan Kamath Maam, who left us 47 years ago on the 17th of May 2024. It is with a deep sense of grief that we condole his passing away, and as we gather here, our thoughts reach out to his bereaved family members and all his near and dear ones. Raghunandan Kamath Maam, as we all know, was a devout Hindu and truly a God-fearing person who rose from absolute humble beginnings, as we all know, to reach dizzying heights in the ice cream industry after establishing natural ice creams, which not only had immense national fame, but became an international brand too, only because of his foresight, his vision, and his perseverance, and above all, his faith in God, our Lord Maganpati, our revered Swamijis of Kashimat, all of whom he was an ardent believer and helped him achieve and fulfill his dreams. Some of us were a part of this function, which he just had in January to celebrate 40 years of natural ice cream. And I remember when he started his speech at the Taj Land's End, which was attended by a huge number of his well-wishers and his followers. The first thing he mentioned was the way he came up because of the blessings of Angela Ulaital Devu, Srimad Sudhindra Tirtha Swami. And because of that, it gave him the impetus to start this ice cream factory, which, as we all know, has become so huge. And after he got the blessings from Sudhindra Tirtha Swamiji, there was no looking back. And as we all know, the rest is history. We all know him as an extremely simple, there's no doubt about it, absolutely simple and down-to-earth human being who was absolutely humility personified. Countless individuals and institutions have benefited because of his magnanimity. The GSB Seva Mandal and our Kashimat have benefited in large measure because of his benevolence. Whether it was our GSB Samaj, our GSB Seva Mandal's Ganeshotsav celebrations, our hospital project, or any small or large cause, no one returned empty when they approached Raghunandan Kamath Maam. He was the first person who had announced, we remember we were all there on stage when he announced 25 lakhs for our hospital project, just when it was announced. And when he was undergoing treatment, one fine morning he called me up and he told me very quietly that I want to make an announcement on the day when they are going to have their 40th year celebrations. And at the end of the function, he gave us a check of 50 lakhs, which was again donated to the hospital project. So that was the largest and the magnanimity of Raghunandan Kamath Maam. It was so spontaneous, he never had to be told anything. It was just naturally coming from his heart. I must also put on record, and it is very important that he was a very integral part of our GSB Ganeshotsav Celebrations Committee. He was a joint convener for so many years, and his very presence, though he spoke very little, just that one point or 2 points that he used to make would change the entire the celebrations thought process. He used to put an important point and we used to understand. I remember very well, I think all of us who were there in the meetings will remember that just the buying of the fruits and how the fruit should be bought and how we can get it at a lesser price was only because of Raghunandan Kamath Maam. I consider it my utmost honor and privilege to have been a part of the medical team to treat him. A week before his demise, he was in a very cheerful mood when we met him. During our rounds, he was having his lunch and he told the doctor all about our Konkani cuisine. Unfortunately, a week later, he passed away to a deep shock. Such are God's ways that we are helpless in front of him and remain mute spectators. I must confess that his wife, his children, and his entire family did everything possible to get the best possible treatment and be with him, leaving no stone unturned. I mentioned this to our doctors at the hospital, and the entire doctor fraternity were full of praise for his wife, Srinivas and Siddhant, for being rock solid with Kamath Maam in his illness. In the passing away of Kamath Maam, we have lost an institution. On behalf of the managing committee of the GSB Seva Mandal, the Ganeshotsav Coordination Committee, I offer my heartfelt and sincere condolences to Kamath Maam's family and pray that God bestows all the strength on them to bear this humongous loss. At the same time, before I conclude, I must urge Srinivas that on behalf of the GSB Seva Mandal Committee, as well as the Ganeshotsav Celebrations Committee, that you must now come forward and take over where Kamath Maam left and be a part of our integrated GSB Ganeshotsav Celebrations Committee. I only pray that the Lord Almighty rest his soul in eternal peace, and I'm sure that he will guide us from where he is about to go on the right path. Om Shanti.